back to ABC Sports International. I'm Zarita Sese. Thanks for sticking with us. So before the break, we discussed players and teams that we expect to thrive in the new NBA, but we now know that how teams perform in this actual bubble won't matter anymore when it comes to the NBA awards. So the Associated Press reported that only games played up until March 11th, which is when they pause the season, will be taken into consideration for voting. So with that in mind, the panel is going to give who they think should win the various awards. So it's Most Valuable Player, Rookie of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, and Sixth Man. So I'll start with you, Adian. Let's hear your ballot for this for these awards.
I think mine's pretty straightforward. Most people are going to agree. MVP, Giannis Antetokounmpo from the Milwaukee Bucks. Rookie of the Year. As much as I love Zion, and I think he's the better player, and he will be the better player overall, I got to go with Ja Morant. He just played more games. Defensive Player of the Year, it's going to be Giannis again. He's going to join the likes of Michael Jordan, Hakeem Olajuwon as the only two players to get MVP and the Defensive Player of the Year award in the same season. And Sixth Man, this one's kind of a toss-up, but I'm going to have to go with Ken, your guy, Montrezl Harrell.
Oh, that's not my guy.
Yeah, that's his guy. That's his guy. That's his guy. He just doesn't want to admit it.
That's the opposite of my guy.
Okay, let's hear your ballot then.
Sure. All right. Well, I wanted to be extremely biased, but I did my best not to. MVP has to be Giannis, just with his body of work up until the stoppage. The guy's, he got better than he was last year. I mean, yeah, you have to give him some slack for you have to get on him for not beating the Raptors last year. But I mean, this year he came in hungry, angry, and really, really wanting it, and it showed in his game even better than what LeBron has put out on the field. Rookie of the Year, just by an amount of games, Ja Morant. Well deserved, by the way. And then Defensive Player of the Year, Anthony Davis. I would, when he's on the court, the guy is absolutely a beast to go against. So I think you got to give him that. And like he said, he wanted that award, and I think he deserves it. Sixth Man, I know this one's kind of a dark horse, but I think it's Dennis Schroeder. 19 points, 4 assists, almost 4 rebounds a game for the Thunder. He is an integral piece of that team, especially with Chris Paul, being a little older. Him taking those bench minutes. It's essential for and they are actually probably the biggest surprise for me as an NBA team, and it's led by their general CP3, and one that we didn't mention on this list. My coach of the year has to be Frank Vogel, guys, just because it's the Lakers and we're number 1 in the West.
How are you not going to give it to Nick Nurse?
I know. How do you deny Nick Nurse of that?
Nick Nurse.
That's not last year, guys.
Can cry on his championship trophy. That's it.
Mike, what about you?
So I'm going to go ahead and go against the grain here. MVP, I have LeBron, actually. I think him leading the league in assists at 6'9" is absolutely incredible. I think the last person to do that was Magic, probably. Leading the league in assists, 10.6 assists a game. Say that again?
In his 17th year.
Yeah, in the 17th year. For me, just based on the eye test, I think he's just a better overall player than Giannis is. That's just me, of course. And then with Rookie of the Year, Ja Morant, no explanation there. Defensive Player of the Year, I have Giannis there because one staggering stat that I saw was that he's held anybody that he's guarded he's held them to 42% shooting, which is I think that's huge. And Sixth Man. As much as I wanted to vote Lou Williams, I mean, it'd be his 3rd year in a row winning it. So I'd have to agree with Ken with Dennis Schroeder. I think he's had an incredible year with the Thunder, especially playing alongside of CP3. And Coach of the Year, I'm going Doc Rivers, Clippers.
Of course you would. You would.
Disgusting.
Vivian, I didn't get your coach of the year. Was that pretty much a sign off that you're giving it to Nick Nurse?
It's an obvious sign off that it's Nick Nurse. Come on now.
Oh,
The injuries he had to deal with, third best record in the league. You lose Kawhi Leonard. This is a no-brainer, guys. Come on.
They're going to get bounced in the
Trust me,
first round.
Vivian,
though,
I've
so.
been through this. Trying to convince these guys to love the Raptors is hard.
Zarita, tell me who you got.
For me,
How about you, Zarita?
it sounds a lot like yours. For my MVP, it hurts me to say this, but I'm actually going to say LeBron James. Like you guys said, his 17th year doing what he's doing now and what he's projected to do. I know the 8 games won't mean anything, but for me, MVP for sure. Rookie of the year, you guys know I stand Ja Morant, so Ja Morant for sure. Defensive player of the year, Giannis Antetokounmpo. And 6th man, I'm going to be so biased and say actually Fred VanVleet for me. I don't know if you guys Fred. Yeah, I'm going to say it, okay? I put Fred VanVleet in there.
Wow.
No.
He showed up last year, but I don't know, man. The other guys, he's like 5th or 6th on my 6-man list. He's the sixth man on my list.
I just want to mention. Go ahead. Go finish.
Well, what I wanted to say is that what I'm wondering is that if since they announced that these awards are based on earlier in the season, I wonder if that'll affect playing time of any of the players, specifically LeBron James. Will he not play all the games or play a limited amount of minutes, knowing that it's not going to affect the running for MVP? I don't know.
Gotcha. That's a good point. But I mean, I just want to mention something real quick, 10 seconds, that, when it comes to the MVP, I like to visualize if the person was not on the team. I think that if LeBron wasn't on the Lakers right now, like if he was playing with somebody else, this game would get bounced out. If you take Giannis off the Bucks, I still think they'd be a pretty good team, especially with Middleton there. So
Big
just
team.
something to think about.
Hot take.
Wait, are we forgetting about somebody named Anthony Davis?
Yeah, but what has he done? I mean, what did he do with the Pelicans? He didn't do anything there. But,
What did anybody do on the Bucks aside from Giannis?
Touche. So before